Hi everyone, I hope you well. This is CoinsKid. I'm just going to dive into Vechain. Thank you for your support. Okay, so yesterday I did a live stream on the Discord server, and it was really warmly received. And there were some beautiful little coins in there that we were all looking at and requested. So I'll try and get some of those out today. One of those is Alpha, if you don't get the chance to watch the videos today, and one is DHT. So they look quite tasty going forward. Again, it's all about holding support, okay, for continuation. So yeah, right now I'm going to dive into Vechain. You can see it's breaking down a bit. Okay, we have fallen out of this horizontal, but like I said to you, if we take a look at it on the daily right here, I did say to you I wouldn't necessarily open a trade on losing this horizontal. Okay, we'll take a look on the 4 hour. I'll show you. Probably looks a little bit tidier. Yeah, so on the 4 hour we've got this level of resistance, we've got this level of support. Now you can see we've fallen out of it and we've come back into it and rallied up into it as resistance. So you know, this is quite negative, but we are anticipating a correction, to be honest with you. For me, you know, I would not necessarily open a short until we lose this particular level of support, because I do think at that point you could be potentially carrying out that extension. Okay, and this technical target from there to there, you know, you lose support. You know, that currently is your technical target, because you're losing support of this horizontal. Again, equally, if you're broken out there, you will have a technical target to the upside. So you know, these horizontals carry targets, technical targets, and you can see you've come out, you rallied into it. Okay, but the market's kind of a bit indecisive at the minute. Are we going to have a bit of a pump towards the end of the week here, and then are we going to have a September dump? And that is primarily why I'm not necessarily going to open any shorts at the minute or any longs, you know, until we break that level of resistance or lose this level of support. For me, I think that if we do lose that level of support right there, that this way you potentially come down to have a lower support retest, which we've spoken about so many times, and it would actually be playing out exactly like the previous correction, which we've studied as well. Okay, so it's like, honestly, it's like we've almost got a bit of a cheat sheet here for Vechain right now. You know, you've got this sort of W bottom pattern that played out just there in a previous wave 2 correction. Look, come down, W bottom, broke resistance, you come up, got overextended. What do? You come back to it. The support, you rallied back into it as support. You know, you fell through the EMAs, boom, 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 bullish cross, all that kind of business. Overextended, come back, and this is what I said to you about buying support. Okay, so yeah, I do anticipate that potentially if we do start to lose this low just here, you know, you've got some technical targets basically that are this low, and equally they do a lemon top pattern which would bring you back down to that 9 cents. So for me, are we going to come down to that technical target, or are we going to get supported by the 55 EMA? Time will tell, won't it? But I'm going to put some cheeky bids on this anyway. If we do start to see this loss of support just here for Vechain as anticipated, and we sort of go into that September dump right there, you know, we have potentially got a cheat sheet right here, because that retest of that W neckline. Okay, and it's what I'm anticipating here. W bottom neckline retest support, because you've broken that here. And again, equally, you know, if you do start to lose this support, that could be quite negative here for Vechain. And most importantly, you know, if we do start to come down below that 0.05628 here for Vechain, then you could be looking at a nasty correction here. But I do think, like, just like this is playing out like a boss, to be honest with you. I'll show you what I'm anticipating here. Basically Elliott wave theory. You know that if you're familiar with the channel, study Elliott wave theory a little bit here. You know, we've got this wave 1 wherever it is, and we've gone through this sort of wave 1 here. Let me move out here. I'm going to switch to the weekly time frame so I can show you a little bit better. So anticipating that potentially this is wave 1 high here, right? Okay, so here we go. Let's drop this down just here. Where's my wave count? Just there. So, you know, you got your wave 1 high, your wave 2 pullback, your wave 3 high, your wave 4 pullback, which we've gone through. And right now we're looking at wave 5, aren't we? And we're going up to, you know, the fibs tell us 85 cents, but I think we're going to get overextended here. I think we're looking at $1.50 personally, but again, not financial advice. And this is a measurement that I did in a previous update. I forget what it was, but anyway, that's my technical target. I do believe we'll be looking at that for Vechain. But within all of that, you have subwaves. So within this wave 5, we have subwaves. Okay, subwaves of waves. It's really complicated now, isn't it? I'm confusing you. So right now you've got this wave 1, okay, which we've gone through. Now you're having a wave 2 pullback, as wherever it is, where it comes down to here, or wherever, you know, it comes down to the red line. Who knows? But you know, would be nice to come down here, to be honest with you. I think that would be an amazing entry point. And right there, you're going to see a wave 3, okay, bringing you back up wherever, the 85 cents, which is the next impulsive wave up out of here, isn't it? We've got a wave 3, which is the the impulsive wave, which is Elliott wave theory, around about 85 cents, I think. Have a wave for pullback before we get that overextension wave 5, you know, and that's wave 5 just there in a nutshell, because wave 3 is a monster wave, like this wave 3 was a monster wave. Okay, so wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, monster wave, taking us up to the fib extension. Just to remind you, the fib extension from there to there brings you up, look, boom, 78 cents. So that could be your wave 3 high. Then you have a wave 4 pullback coming back down to, I don't know, the 1.272 or something like that. You know, have a little bit of ABC correction wherever it is before we get that overextension wave 5 taking us up to that sort of $1.50 plus up there, something like that. And again, it's all Elliott wave theory, but at the minute we are adhering to structural support for that, you know, and as anticipated, we're looking at some kind of ABC correction right here. If we do lose support, okay, it's all about losing support. We lose support, we're going to look at a deeper correction, which would tally in with our ABC correction right here, this wave 2, look, because wave 2 is an ABC correction, just like this wave 4 is, just here, look, ABC correction, just like this wave 2 was, look, you got ABC correction. So, you know, it's sort of there, it's written in the stars basically, and within that, you know, you've got subsets of waves within itself. Look, so let me show you again, I'll change the colors. Am I confusing you? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Okay, let's change these colors potentially, you know, that's what we're looking at without getting a bit too deeper. Let's have a look, we'll go change it to blue, and then within that you've got the ABC correction potentially we're forming right now of this wave 2, because they're all subsets of waves within waves, you know, and right now we've got this A and this B high, which we did form, and then potentially if we come down to the red line or even this level of support right there, that's your ABC correction. Okay, so change that to red. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at the moment, you know, theorizing basically, and if we do start to lose this support, if this 0.11508 for Vechain, then you could be looking at a deep sort of C wave correction right here, coming back down to a level of support. Now, you know, in Elliott wave theory, they do tend to come down to the low of wave 4 in a smaller subset of wave 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's your 4 low just there potentially, you know, and that would tie in with that 55 retest. So we might not come back down as deep as that to retest the neckline of a W bottom. That's just, you know, it's something that we've done before in a previous breakout, but it doesn't not necessarily mean we have to come back down that far, you know. You potentially just come down to the 55 on the daily, which would be golden, wouldn't it, you know? So who knows until it happens. It's all theory based basically. But one thing I want to show you right now, okay, so that's Elliott wave theory covered right there in a nutshell for Vechain. So just get rid of that, and it's called Elliott wave theory for a reason, because it is theory. Okay, remember, it's theory based, but if we are adhering to some structural support, then yeah, the theory is valid basically. So yeah, just looking at Vechain here, I think that if we do sort of go through this beautiful impulsive wave here, look, we come back and back test this support just there. If we switch to the daily time frame for Vechain, I'll show you what I mean. So let's say, for example, we do fall back into the neckline of this WW bottom, or we just come down to the 55. Okay, what I'm going to do is just take a measurement from this here to the previous all-time high, to the local all-time high, basically for Vechain. Just as a little thought experiment, I want to do this. So from there to there. Okay, so we bounce off support and we go for a very, very similar wave. Say we come all the way down there, okay, and that was a December double bottom retest down there, okay. So say we're looking at something like this, where we come down now and we start to bounce off the EMA, the 55 on the daily, or we do have a correction down to this W bottom neckline as support, okay. Who knows? It's going to be one of those, though. I do think if we do have a deeper correction here, you know, this is the formation of wave 5, I do apologise, you know, and this is where you can see us come up to that $1.50 plus, because don't forget that wave 5 is always a little bit less than wave 3. It can actually be as long, and don't forget we are anticipating a blow off top for this wave as well, which would actually make it potentially as long as wave 3 basically for wave 5. So yeah, I mean, that's why you could see that price prediction at $1.50 come into play here, that we've had in the channel for a very long time, and you could potentially be looking at a beautiful blow off top by, you know, the end of the year leading into January towards next year, so to speak. But it is all about breaking this high, and at the moment you are in technical targets to that high, okay. You're not in necessarily any technical targets lower than this low at the moment. It's only until you start to lose these structural support that, you know, you're coming down here, you're losing this low, that potentially you're went in the bear. So at the minute you're adhering to structural support, you're looking for continuation, and you're painting some beautiful Elliott wave structure as well. So yeah, that's Vechain. At the minute it's looking relatively healthy for continuation. I know we're having a correction, but that's anticipated. You're coming back to a key level support. You can see potentially if you start to come up right now, break out these level resistance and have a big correction, which I'm not necessarily anticipating a monster correction like that, but anything can happen. Anything can happen, can't it? This is crypto. It's how volatile it is. So yeah, that's Vechain. Oh, you enjoyed that update. Lose support at that 111 there. You're looking at a nice little correction down. Break that level of resistance. You're looking at continuation. But so far, so good. It's doing everything it needs to for continuation. Take care, everyone. Back tomorrow, another Vechain update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye bye.